Zanu PF, as the conference just ends, announced something very important, that the succession issue has been solved. Mnangagwa is now going to 2030. The party has been instructed to deal with the necessary amendments and also the government to do likewise. Let us take a look.
On the state of the party, that whereas the 21st National People's Conference of Zanu PF held on 26 October 2024 in Bulawayo resolved as follows. In recognition of the extensive developmental milestones and the significant socio-economic progress achieved under the leadership of the President and First Secretary of Zanu PF, His Excellency Comrade Dr. E.D. Mnangagwa, it is resolved that his term of office as President of the Republic of Zimbabwe be extended beyond 2028 to 2030. The party and government are therefore directed to initiate the requisite legislative amendments to give full effect to this resolution to ensure continuity, stability, and the sustained transformation of the nation. Noting that no notable steps have been taken to implement the above resolution, this conference hereby reaffirms this resolution and directs the Secretary for Legal Affairs and the Minister of Justice to ensure that before the 23rd National People's Conference, this resolution of the party is fully implemented. Furthermore, all organs of the party, including the Central Committee and the Politburo, are directed to ensure that this resolution is fully implemented.
So this is what Ziyambi had to say. Ziyambi clearly states that the party and the government should now start to prepare to amend the constitution to make sure that Mnangagwa goes smoothly to 2030. It was cheered. So politically, Chiwenga is done. So he will have to outmaneuver through other means and other ways. We do not know how he's going to do it, but it's a very, very complex matter. So key issues are that Zanu PF ratified the decisions or the resolutions which were made in 2024. And now they've given a further instruction that the Secretary for Legal Affairs deals with this matter. And remember, he is also the Justice Minister. So within the party, Ziyambi will push, and within the government, he will be pushing the same way through. That is the reason why Mnangagwa had to put him there, to make sure that there is a flow of everything. So interesting things ahead, things are happening as we watch. You go to Parliament, the Secretary General of Zanu PF, Mudenda, will be the same person presiding over the National Assembly affairs to make sure that this thing goes or sails through. So interesting moments ahead, interesting times ahead, and it's now up to the general to do the right thing, to make sure that they stop this thing called Zanu PF entirely. When General Chiwenga addressed, he said, Zanu PF is not the alpha and omega in this country. That is a critical step now, which has been taken by the general. If he can identify things like that, then you will need to make sure that you work to disband Zanu PF. Saving Zanu PF at this point in time is no longer, it doesn't make sense now, because they are actually plotting and planning to replace General Chiwenga with Kudakwache Tagwire. I've been talking about this for the past few days, and it has been confirmed elsewhere that we are going to do the program exclusively about how they are planning to make Tagwire the next vice president of Zimbabwe. Where do we go from now? General Chiwenga no longer have political options within Zanu PF, but he still have political options without Zanu PF, which means he now needs to be very serious, talk to the other people, very influential people, sit down with them and start to plot to outmaneuver Mnangagwa from without Zanu PF. Because doing it from within Zanu PF, it has failed. Which means they will now have to rely on external mechanisms to make sure that they outmaneuver each other. So where we are going as a nation, Zimbabwe is going into the most dangerous period politically post the 2017 coup. So General Chiwenga seems unfazed. He's not in fear, he's not panicking, he's not running around. Seems as if he does have the much needed support from his wife and probably from the military or a section of the military. And the most fearful people are those in Mnangagwa's camp. Why? Is because if Minotabo is to be very influential, she can, because she holds a better position than the top generals, which means anything can happen. The lower ranked soldiers, they can move or make moves against the nonsense which is happening. So this is what we have for you, and let me see if there are comments which we may need to respond to right here. Thomas says, if you can't beat them, join them. One says, ED's first term was not a full term, so he's entitled to, but I don't think ED wants to go to 2030. ED finished Robert Mugabe's term. That is Mnangagwa's first term. The second term of ED it ran from 2018 to 2023. That's a full term. And the current term is running from 2023 to 2028. That's another full term, and is entitled to two full terms. So don't tell us that that reason. It can't happen. It won't even hold in water. So what is happening is, in conclusion, Zanu PF has agreed from this conference that the resolution 2030 is now sailing through. It has been adopted by Zanu PF fully. Directives have been given that it must be implemented through the party and government at the same time. So it's now up to General Chiwenga to relax, watch, and get outmaneuvered, or to work so hard and outmaneuver the other faction. Because politically, they've lost. So it's up to them to fight and make sure that they win.